Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Vince here. We left off last night talking about rearranging this little line right here that we have. Yeah, this is just a jumble. There's conveyor belts all over the place, and we have a plan today to really lay this out because a lot of people were mad that I had it so congested here, and we have all this room to play with. So, what I'm going to do, we're going to start off by ripping everything apart and laying this out acrossways a little bit more and spreading it out. Plus, we have another mine over there, so I might as well go ahead and build another miner right there. Anyway, we're not worried about power anymore because right now I have all of those small generators off because we have built a coal generator. Off in the distance over, you can see, if I don't fall through the conveyor belts again, that I have a conveyor belt right there going down, splitting. So I'm actually storing some coal in the storage container there if I need to use it for anything manual. Or the other half is going down to a coal generator plant with a water pump. So that is supplying all of our power. Yeah, we have 75 megawatts right now, and with everything else off in just a coal power plant, we actually have quite a bit because I think I used a power booster on it too. So we're making 112 megawatts, and we're only using like 60 capping out. So we're pretty good. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start tearing this down, and I will see y'all here in a little bit whenever I get this situated out. All right, so I've been doing this for about a good almost hour. Tore down everything, and I rearranged some things. Anyway, so this is what we got going on. This line, I ripped everything apart. I have the one miner splitting across to two smelters. It's making two bars. The right side here is making it's making plates, I'm sorry, and storing it. The left side is making rods, and then it's making screws. Let me jump over here so y'all can see a little better. Ooh, no fall damage. All right, awesome. Yeah, so you can see miner splitting there. This miner's running pretty damn fast. I also have the other splitter going off into the whatever the thing is over there where it's just scrapping it out for the points. And I'm just letting it slowly build up over time. Anyway, they're both making bars. Okay, they are both making bars. And it's taking a lot. So we're going to have two smelters. This one's turning bars into sheets and storing it. That one's turning bars into rods and storing it. Anyway, the sheets you can see is getting stored there permanently. I have this one up top just in case if we need an extra storage unit, I can just move the conveyor belt from down there up to there, and it's not a problem. This one, on the other hand, going rods to screws, but I have a splitter here. The splitter, what it is doing is if I have something that needs rods, I can go ahead and just have the storage unit that's full of rods. Let's see, yeah, it's not full, but it's getting there. I can just branch off of this T right here and move it over to the assembly line over there if I need to, and therefore we're pulling rods while we're still making screws. So that is easy fix for that one there. Man, this is gonna be hard to actually upgrade that belt though. Yeah, so screws. I have a buffer between every zone as well too, a storage container. That way, so this continuously makes items over and over and over again. No power. Why don't we have any power? Did I just trip the breaker again? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Oops. Yeah, I'm tripping the breaker. Crap. Okay. I added a lot more than y'all think I did though. Just to let you know that. I'll turn this one back on just so we can have enough power to run. And we're going to maximize our efficiency. Max consumption 118. Yeah, that's good enough. Sure. So, just to do this, all this line is pretty much making a backup supply of screws, rods, plates, and they're getting assembled and they are making the reinforced plates. That's currently making those, and those going off into a storage unit right here. So you can see we've made about 245 so far. Now, the other iron mine over there. I have that one running at minimum speed that I have to, which is 45 a minute. It's coming all the way over here to where our coal conveyor belt is meeting up with it too. I have coal, iron coming in here to the foundry. Foundry is making the steel ingots. Okay, Steel ingots go into, obviously, a buffer zone between, just in case. Buffer of steel ingots is going into a constructor, which is making steel beams right now. Now, what I did on this side, the same as over there, I have two different storage units here, one stacked on top of the other. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this just run by itself, making steel beams, and put in the bottom one. And whenever this thing gets filled up with beams, then I'm just going to move the conveyor belt from down there up to the top, and I'm going to make the other item, which I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, a steel pipe. So since these are the only two things we make with steel right now, steel beams on the bottom, steel pipe on the top. Easy, easy, easy. Anyway, so that is what I did with the line. We're making reinforced plates and steel beams out of all of this. Now, as this continues running, I do have expanded power function. Okay. Oh, we do have enough. Okay, awesome. So we have enough steel beams and we have enough of the square things, whatever they're called, to turn in for our next milestone, which will give us the power infrastructure, which gives us a giant battery pack. So we can store our power, and in case we have an influx of power, we can pull off of there instead of tripping the whole unit out or the whole system out. So there's that. Send that off to space. Good to go. And power storage right there. Oh my god, and the power towers too. These things are great to have. These things are great because you can split one tower off in a minute, or actually good for long distances. But power storage there is what we need to do. So let's just add one. So we need to make stators, modular frames, and wire. We obviously have a plenty of wire up on the other copper mine up there. Modular frames, that's why we're making the reinforced plates, because I know we're going to have to make a lot of those. Stators. How do we make a stator? Right there. Which is steel pipe and copper wire. We have plenty of copper wire, but we need a steel pipe over here, which is why I did this in the first place. So, first things first. Delete the conveyor belt. Turn this machine off. Or not really necessarily off, but put the steel pipe, I would say. Put it back on with steel pipes, since we just pulled all the rest of it out. I will put all of our steel beam in there that we just pulled out of that machine accidentally. And conveyor belt from there up to, oh my god, did I not do this properly? Oh, I put it on reverse. I put that on reverse. Oh my god. I hate myself when I do stuff like that. There. Now it's on the proper way. Here to there. Okay, conveyor belt's too steep. What if I did? No, that's too steep too. How am I supposed to do this? There. There. All right, cool. Now it's good. I was afraid it wasn't going to work there for a second. Put those in there. Steel beams. Yeah, that's great to go. Good. All right. So this is making our steel beams up there. Steel pipe up there. And this is making our steel beams down here. Unfortunately, we can only make one at a time. Unfortunately. Eventually, we will expand this out where we will make both of them at the same time. But until then, we are stuck with this. Anyway, I'm going to continue on, and we're going to see exactly what else we have to do. All right, so we have everything we need to make our power storage. Right there. We are going to put it back over here out of sight, out of mind, because we are not going to mess with this too much. Once we set it, we're not going to do anything else. So there, hook up the main power line from there to that one. And there, we are storing power now. Awesome. It says almost 8 hours and okay, never mind. Hold on. What happened? There it is. Yeah, so it says almost 8 hours until it's fully charged. Oh, it's going so slow. That's what it is. It's like I'm just on the verge of tricking this out to the point of not being able to do this. So I wonder if it's just because of these things. Yeah, I'm gonna crank that up a little bit. This should reduce from 8 hours to something less. or hopefully just stay on instead of turning off and on. No, that's still doing its thing. Huh. Okay. Okay. Charge rate. Wonder if I'm doing something wrong. Nah, can't be. All right, so I'm getting this line's working at it. It's doing its thing. Yeah, I do know that at the very end down there, I do have to swap the conveyor belts over back and forth for the assembler and the other constructor down there for the steel. But this is good enough to start off with. Anything more than this, I will add another constructor in there so I can start splitting the line. Eventually, I already know after a while I'm going to have to upgrade the conveyor belts, especially the coal one, because the coal plant is using a lot of coal. And since I'm splitting it to two lines, I know for a fact I'm going to definitely have to speed it up to the maximum conveyor belt speed, as well as we're starting to get some requirements of items to make that require some concrete and sometimes some copper cables, which is all the way over there. So yes, that's another thing I have to do. I will eventually run conveyor belts on the other side down there over here, and I'll have this big open area right there, nothing but assembly. So all these are just pretty much subcomponent making, making the smaller things like rods, screws, plates, some of the smaller assembly for the reinforced plates. But for the most part, like the manufacturer, which is a 4-put input, and some of the other assemblies that require sub-assemblies will be all in this big area right there. I'll probably have a wall of containers for storage. So all these storage containers here, eventually you're going to get moved over there so I can have like a straight one in, one out system, and I can start collecting everything else. Other than that, though, that is the plan right now. We are only 33 items away from this milestone for Logistics Mark 3. And yeah, this is going to be a long road. I do have another playthrough, though. I am playing on the side my own personal game that I'm not recording. Probably I might do a recording of that because that is definitely a lot further than this one is. I've definitely advanced so much further than that. That's another thing. I need to kill those bees over there. I think my previous weapon wasn't strong enough to kill those pods over by the limestone, but I think this one's good enough to kill those pods where the bees kept attacking me, because I do have a chest over there I dropped when I died. So that is, I will eventually kill them. But other than that, though, that is the plan. I have a lot ahead of me, and yeah, we will see how this goes. Okay, I do have to say something. I'm not lazy. It's that this game is so drawn out and so grindish that it has taken me a long time to do anything. So it has been 3 days in real life. I've let the game kind of play in the background for a while, and especially when I went to sleep. And I did some little modifications here and there. Well, anyway, here's our new line with all this glory. So what we have here now, let me just jump down and make sure I don't kill myself. Okay, so we have the splitter, obviously. The miner, the splitter, yes. We have the two smelters, obviously, making bars. This one making plates and going in there. This one's making rods and then going into storage here. Well, the storage for rods splits. It goes here to make screws, and it goes over there to get assembled. So rods and screws both get assembled to be the rotors. And the plates, on the other hand, they are going over here to this device, which is assembling screws and plates, and it's making reinforced plates. Well, the reinforced plates, if I can jump over here and get to it. Oh my God, I missed. Reinforced plates are going over. Oh God, I keep missing everything. Reinforced plates that one is making, getting sent over here with the rotors that one's making, and they're making smart plating. Now, all I have to do is change over these two inputs, delete them and put them over here to whatever I need. This one has the frames on it, module frame. This one has the versatile framework, and this one here is making these smart frames. Smart plates. I'm sorry. This line This is our steel production line. The other miner over there, we have split in one way. One side of it's coming over here making the steel ingots, which gives us storage as well because we do want to have a little bit buffer when we have a chance. This one is either going to be making the steel pipes or the steel beams. Now this giant unit is making steel beams. This one is too close. That's steel beams. This one's steel pipes. As you can see, we're stockpiling those up. Now, this is what the last 4 hours have done. Steel pipes that these are making are also getting sent way over here where we just started at. Oh, and you can see my secondary screw station line. We use so many screws that I have 3 machines making nothing but screws. That's it. Anyway, steel pipes up here. Go and send here, and our copper line is sending their copper lines over here. Well, they're making the straters. The stratter. Stratter gets sent to a storage unit where it stores it, yes. And the wire coming from the copper line here is getting sent in here with the stators, making the automated wiring, which is the last thing we need to complete phase 2 of our elevator. And we do have enough of those. There we go. By the way, this 330 pieces has been like 4 hours of production. That's how slow it runs. It only makes like maybe one every 2 minutes. Anyway, I cleaned up the copper line as well too. Since you see the copper cables and the wire going over there, we have 3 giant containers, one for each thing of the copper. Wire, cable, and the sheets. Well, this is what we did. We cleaned this up a little bit as well too. We deleted the storage unit there. We deleted a splitter and a merger. We added a constructor over there, which is turning the ingots into the sheets and it's getting stored. This is our one that's making the copper cables. It gets to the splitter. One half goes to get stored. The other half goes in here to get turned into wire. That is it. That is it for the copper line. And I haven't touched the concrete line. The concrete line is still the same. But we will be touching that one up too. Anyway, we're going to run over here to the elevator. And we're going to put these last 100 wire harness or whatever they're called in. And we can go to the next elevator. The next phase of the elevator. Put in. Seal it. Oh, I cannot wait for this. This has been a long time coming for this phase. To complete this phase. And send it. I like seeing the elevator go up. There it is, loading up, and send it. There it goes. Awesome. But now, since the elevator is gone, it is time to pick our next objective because we already went through tier 0s through 4. Now we are at tier 5 and 6. We still have to go with 7 and 8. But tier 5, we have oil processing, which is going to be helpful to make plastics and also have a fuel generator for fuels. Plus, we're also going to complete this because we're going to have to do circuit boards eventually. We're going to have a fuel, the plastics line. This one here, the gas mask is good, especially for inventory slots, but there's a lot of poisonous things around here. Alternative fluid transportation, not needed. It would be nice whenever our oil line is up and running for our processing. And industrial manufacturing is, oh my god, yeah, these two, we need to do this one first. Because the module engine and the adaptive control unit are the 2 things we need for our next phase on the elevator. Plus the computer and other things like that are things that we all need. Plus the manufacturer is going to be very, very helpful to us. We're definitely going to need to do that. So we're going to select this one as our first milestone. And the good thing is all these beams over here that I've been making over the last day or two, it's time to use them because guess what? We need 2,500 of them for the elevator. And I don't think we have that many. We're about to see here in a second though. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 16, 24 by 50. So we have 1,200. Oh my god, we have half that was needed. So you know what that means? That means that we have to turn this machine off, reroute the conveyor belts so they can start making those beams again for us. Anyway, I'm going to turn all these in, and yeah, I'm going to start working at this a little bit more heavy too. I'm gonna get all the grinding off cameras out of the way so y'all don't not sit here just looking at this the entire time. Um, I'm sorry if it's not too often I'm posting videos as well too, because it does take about 3 days of gameplay of this to get a decent 15 to 20 minute video. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. If y'all did, hit the like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if y'all want to just hang out, listen to music while I'm doing this, I do this live on Twitch as well. Name over there the same, Vince Simulated. Anyway, y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time.